Hi, cows. That's a Honda Rebel. I know, the only thing that makes it look like a Rebel is the gas tank, but let's talk about it. Now, originally, this was my very first motorcycle before I blew it up, right? Story of how this is my very first motorcycle is I was driving down the road on a 2-stroke bicycle build. Put it up here so you guys can see. That was technically you could say my first motorcycle, but I'm not going to count it as one. But this was my first motorcycle. I was driving down the road. One of the neighbors stopped to say hi to me because they thought my bike was cool, the 2-stroke bicycle build. And I knew he had this sit in his yard. It was a Honda Rebel 250. It's a 2004 and had to fix quite a few things. The timing wasn't right on it. Got a carb clean for it, new battery, new spark plugs, new oil change, and front brake fluid. And then after that, the Honda Rebel is running. I did a lot of things to it. As you guys can see, there was like 3 different phases of its life. The beginning phase, the second phase, which was transitioning it to a bobber, and then I had the final stage, which is more of what this looks like. It still has the same seat and same handlebars. Obviously, we have completely different suspension. This suspension's 3 to 4 inches longer from the stock suspension. The reason being on why I have this on here is so I can off-road it. As you guys can tell, this bike is never going to be street legal again. I don't want it to. I don't need to pay for that. This bike's just to have fun on. And then it has the drag bars, which are really nice for off-roading. They don't bend, so if you need to stand up. It is weird driving it because your feet are all the way up here and they're not back there like it would be off-roading a dirt bike or an enduro or any other type bike like that. We're going to be calling it the RX. Now, the name for it is because I really like the name Extinction. It sounds really cool. And as you can tell, extinction would be something like the dinosaurs are extinct. And so the Rebel is basically extinct. There is still a little bit of it with the gas tank. I was going to buy a different gas tank for this, but I ended up keeping this gas tank because I wanted a little bit of the Rebel to be remembered. Because literally everything else but the frame and the stock exhaust and wheels and for a few other things. That's enough talking. We're going to drive the Honda Rebel. Starting this bike is very strange. I use kickstart to help the electric start. I also do have a very old dirt bike plastic piece on the front. It kind of cleans up the look of the forks because the headlight's obviously gone. But yeah, so we're just going to trail ride this and have a lot of fun on it and try to do what we can. But we do have a slicky tire on the back, so that's not going to help. Let's go say hi to the cows. Also, another thing I need to talk about with this bike is the gears. Now, this bike is geared really weirdly because basically how this bike is geared is it's neutral, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. It's not like your typical bike, how it would be, you know, first, neutral, second, you know, and neutral is in between second. No, this bike is not like that at all. It's really... as I was saying, this thing is so freaking fun to rip around. This thing's so fun. Ooh, that chain has gotten way too loose. We need to tighten that thing.